Starting at center for Saskatchewan, number 4, Harper Campen. Now let's welcome up the rest of Saskatchewan. They are coached by Boyd King. And now here are the starters for the Western Select. Starting in goal, number 35, Abigail Rink. 39, Abigail Rink. On defense, number 1, Micah Hentel. On defense, number 21, Logan Lingle. At forward, number 22, Talitha Price. At forward, number 31, Stella DeHaven. And at forward, number 10, Leighton Hamlin. Now let's welcome out the rest of the Western Selects. They are coached by Rhonda Engelhardt. We will now ask that you please stand and face the east end of the arena for the flag of O Canada. You'll do a quick 180 and face the west end of the arena for the Star Spangled Banner.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rink 5 here at the National Sports Center in beautiful Blaine, Minnesota. Have we got a treat on tap for you this afternoon? The 2011 semifinals, if you're American, semifinals, excuse me, if you are Canadian. We've got both flavors of nationality today. Team SASK taking on the Western Selects. Team SASK wearing a very fetching combination of black and kind of a lime green here. The Western Selects wearing a red and white. Team SASK will be moving from left to right on your screen. Western Selects will be moving from right to left. Starting lineups for you today for Team SASK. Starting in goal is going to be number 35, Bea Summers. The defensive pair in front of her are number 12, Reese Kane, and number 7, Georgia Ayers. The forward trio for Team SASK, number 21, Katie Rieger, number 15, Hannah Wassine, and number 4, Harper Campen. Starters for the Western Selects in goals, number 35, out of number order here. Number 35, Abigail Running. The defenders are number 1, Mika Haddle, number 21, Logan Lingle, number 22, Talitha Price, number 31, Stella DeHaven, and number 10, Leighton Hamlin. We are well underway here in the first period. There's a shot attempt by the Western Selects. It's blocked by Team SASK. SASK clears it into the neutral zone, hustling after it and creating almost an offensive chance is Rieger. My guess is you'll be hearing her name quite a bit this afternoon. She is Team SASK's leading scorer, but we'll give you a rundown of both teams when we get a break in the action. At the blue line, McGrath can't hold, so the Western Selects will retreat into the neutral zone. Loudon looking for an option. Loudon off the boards, up to Damon. Damon puts it off the boards, not hard enough. It ends up on the stick of the Western Selects Mossberg. Mossberg couldn't dump it in. SASK in transition, a one-on-one chance, launches it from long range. That goes high and wide. Puck put on net, covered up and held onto by Running. 18:22 to go in the first period. How did these teams get here? Somebody was asking. Team SASK 3-1 entering today's game. A 4-3 win over Manitoba, a 9-0 win over Team West, a 4-3 shootout loss against this very same Western Selects team, and a 6-1 win over North Star Elite puts Team SASK in the semifinals. The leading scorers for SASK are number 21, Katie Rieger with 6 points, number 4, Harper Campen, and number 15, Hannah Wassine with 4 goals and 5 points apiece. The shot from the point bounces all the way through. Nice save by Running to the top of the circle. There's a shot on right into the breadbasket, and Running hangs on for another whistle. Western Selects entered today's game undefeated with a pair of shootout wins. Game number 1 was a 2-1 shootout victory over Manitoba All-Stars, a 6-1 win over North Star Elite, a 4-3 shootout win over this Team SASK, and a 7-0 win over Central Glory. Leading scorers for the Western Selects, number 66, Sienna Damon with 7 goals and 8 points, and number 92, Ava Barber with 4 goals and 6 points. 17:45 to go in the first period. Puck at the blue line. Team SASK has got the first 2 shots of the game. Nothing doing so far for the Western Selects, which appear to be a collection of players from California. I would venture to guess there might be an Arizona or 2 in there, maybe a Colorado, perhaps a Utah, maybe a Nevada. Let's just keep naming Western states. How about Oregon? How about Washington? Maybe even a New Mexico. Team SASK, not quite the cosmopolitan group, assuming that the vast majority of these players are from the proud province of Saskatchewan. Team SASK goes right back to work, and the Western Selects go. Running says, I'll take that, stops the puck in the crease and covers, so we will have yet another offensive zone faceoff for Team SASK. Rieger will take the faceoff in the offensive zone. Wassine lined up directly behind her. If I had to guess, I'd say they're going to try to win it back to Wassine. Doesn't work out. Western Selects wins the draw. Georgia Ayers holds the zone at the blue line. Bit of a traffic pile up against the boards. Puck officially loose. Rieger puts on the brakes, trying to get away from number 31, Stella DeHaven of the Western Selects, wearing the green helmet of the Dallas Stars Elite. In front, one-timer, big save by Running. Puck whacked to the other side. Lingle trying to clear it out the opposite end. Haddle off the boards to Lingle. Lingle being pursued aggressively. Hung up at the blue line again, still onside. Everybody kind of slows down. I think the players might have assumed that there would be an offside call. SASK goes for a forward change. We'll get a chance possibly in transition for Western Selects. Olekson takes it away for SASK. Offers it back to Kane. Kane pressured by Mossberg. SASK goes D to D. Executing a breakout I'm sure they've worked on 1,000 times. from Nokomis to Kenora to Pilot Bluff. Another save by running 4 for 4 here in the early goings. The Western Selects faithful may have been looking for a penalty there. Not quite sure we're going to see too many penalties called. It's June. Let them play. Let them play. Loudon in her own zone. Stops. Thought she might find some open ice, but the forecheck of Team SASK looks pretty uniform here, occupying all available space. Hereford pinches down and holds the zone momentarily. Hereford now pinned up along the boards with Wagner. They force the puck deep. Broadfoot runs into a Western Selects defender and goes down. Lucia McGrath behind the net. Plays it to the half wall. Lucas to Barber. Barber backhands it ahead. Not hard enough to get to a Western Select teammate. Hereford off the board. Somebody from Team SASK calling for it. You like to see that, a little communication. These players do, all they do is yak between games. You'd think once you get onto the ice, getting them to communicate wouldn't be as difficult as it can be. At the blue line. Sent ahead. Textbook save by running. Another board battle between half the players on the ice. But getting lost in the corner. The player goes down. That'll get called every time. Referee right on it. Dangerous play. A cross check. So Western Selects will go on the power play with 14:03 to go in the first period. Yeah. Hamlin will take the power play draw in the SASK zone. Yulela holds it in.
Team Saskatchewan penalty assessed to number 22, Zoe Bergeron. 2 minutes for cross-checking.
So that'll be Zoe Bagora, who will sit 2 minutes for cross-checking. We'll see if Western Selects can get its first shot of the game on this power play. Here's Hamlin. Hamlin skates it into the corner. Shoulder to shoulder with a SASK defender. Boy, they are not giving Hamlin any room to work here. Excellent play. Take it away. What a play. That is number 27 for Team Saskatchewan. Kyler Keurig with an outstanding defensive play. Forces the puck out of the zone. Western Selects has to retreat into the neutral. And now they'll attempt to set up in the offensive zone. Looks to be a bit of an overload. Players switch angles. Up to Haddle. Haddle at the top of the circle. Offers it up to her partner. There's a shot from the top of the circle. Bouncing puck. Nobody can find it. It's cleared out of the danger zone and swept all the way down the ice. So SASK will get a full change out of its penalty killing unit as running plays the puck ahead to Haddle. DeHaven at the blue line. Offside. Referee right on it. Excellent work by our officials. Haddle sweeps it across to Lingle. Lingle dumps it in. Western Selects will go back to work here with 28 seconds to go on the power play. Puck hung up in the corner. All three forwards below the dots here for Western Selects. Nobody in a prime shooting area. Now eventually they flip around. There's a shot and a save. There we go. We've got our first save of the game here. Second save, excuse me, for Bea Summers. Lingle plays it low. There's a shot. Too high, too wide. Comes all the way back to Haddle. Haddle down into the corner. All the way through. On the doorstep. Shooting, scores! And the Western Selects draw first blood with the player advantage. Ava Barber buries it. We get the official goal call from our man in the penalty box, Mr. Robin Cook, who is absolutely dealing on the DJ turntables right now. The puck in front, SASK going right back to work here. Now down 1-0.
Western Select's goal scored by number 92, Ava Barber. Assisted by number 17, Quinn Albrecht, and number 1, Micah Hatzall. Time of the even strength goal, 7 minutes and 59 seconds.
Albrecht and Hattel will get the assists on that goal. So Barber spots the Western Selects a 1-0 lead. There's a shot by Wassine, enveloped and hung on to by Running. The Western Selects coached by Minnesota hockey royalty, Rhonda Engelhart, formerly Rhonda Curtin, who lit up the Minnesota high school scene in the mid to late 90s for Roseville area high school. He was fortunate enough to play in the Roseville youth program while Rhonda and her sister Renee were burning out scoreboard bulbs. Coached Breck for a long time as well. She remains active on the coaching scene. Has some very talented daughters, one of whom, Eliana, just won a Class 2A state title with the Hillary Pioneers this past spring. Rhonda recently added to the Nashville Predators player personnel staff. Nice to see some women enter the managerial aspects of professional hockey. Play resumes, 10:25 to go in the first period. Shots on goal at the moment, 7-4 in favor of Team SASK, but Western Selects has the 1-0 lead, a power play goal. Ava Barber with the opening tally. The winner of this game will play Great Lakes, Wisconsin, which dispatched Team Minnesota in the previous semifinal. That game will be played tonight. I believe it's 7 p.m. The 2010 championship game between the Western Selects and Team SASK will be played at 5 p.m. this evening. Those two championships will be live streamed by Youth Hockey Hub. You can find the link at the top of the youthhockeyhub.com homepage. It's big, it's blue, you can't miss it. It's a little bit like other big blue things. I can't think of anything right now. The first thing that comes to mind when I think of blue is Blue's Clues, which is a cartoon dog, not particularly large, but a core memory for so many people in their late 20s. Back to the action here. Damon on the backhand. We got a broken twig on the ice. Look at that. 450, 490 Canadian just laying out there. Pass ahead. SASK just got an angle on her. Nice recovery, though. A wonderful angle taken by the Western Selects defender to impede any progress. Wagner can't pull the puck out of her skates, so it'll turn into a transition chance for the Western Selects. Hamelin into the middle. Damon splits the D, but ran out of real estate. If you'd given her another dozen feet or so, Damon may have been able to pull off that move. As it stands, SASK airs off the boards. Nice play to find Rieger. 8:45 to go in the opening period. Rieger over the blue line. Drops it off to Wassine. Wassine puts on the brakes, and the puck bobbles away. Hattel plays it ahead. Puck can't get out. Eventually it does. Into the neutral zone. Scooped up at the red line by Herford. Herford plays it ahead. Hung up along the blue line now. Campen pushes it forward. Goes nowhere. Into the corner. Lingle on the backhand. Plays it around. Hattel. Now in the corner, Wassine. Centering try. Poked by Running. Bouncing puck. That goes just wide. In the corner, long pass ahead, out of reach for everybody. Moon, Hunter Moon, kind of like Harvest Moon. Dumps it in from the red line. Herford Western Select's player goes down. Broadfoot wraps it around the net. Bagora getting a little bit of help here from Broadfoot. Hereford holds it in on the backhand. SASK going back to work here. Leading in shots on goal 8-4. Bouncing buckets on the back of the cage. It's loose. There's a centering try. Everybody scrambling in the zone. Running doesn't have a stick anymore. The whistle still hasn't gone. The puck is still loose. There's a shot. Doesn't get through traffic. Now it's into the corner. Oh my goodness. Western Select's averting disaster at every turn here. You feel as though it's just a matter of time before SASK puts one on the board. Galloway backhands it in. Bagora going after it. It's intercepted behind the net by Avery Loudon. Keurig, defensive stalwart for this team. SASK forces the puck down into the corner. Loudon. Her wraparound attempt. That's blocked by Olekson. Western Selects eventually clear. Now at the red line. Mossberg and Keurig will battle for that puck down there. Two tall, rangy players. All sorts of reach. Centering pass intercepted. No, it wasn't intercepted. What am I saying? I haven't had nearly enough coffee today. Puck bobbles into the corner. SASK right in their comfort zone, as in deep inside the Western Select zone. Olekson now to Broadfoot. Broadfoot in the corner. Broadfoot on her forehand. The puck is in front. It's still loose, banging away at it. Running somehow makes the save. No stick again for Running. That's the second time in the last 2 minutes that Running has lost her stick. Played ahead to Haven. DeHaven going 1-on-2. DeHaven desperately waiting for a Western Select player to help her out there. McGrath, the top of the circle, launched, block shot. At the dot. Some nice moves there. A backhander, that's knocked away. And it was Leighton Hamlin with the shot. Centering pass, knocked away. Extra pressure by Wagner. Gonzalez manages to push her away. Gonzalez being chased by Wassine. Rieger and Wassine. Bit of a dynamic duo here for SASK. Ayers launches one. That's too high. Ayers off the boards. High enough where it gets deeper into the zone. Ayers will pinch. Move by Hamlin. Hamlin throws it ahead. Kane takes the puck away into the neutral zone. In front, another toe drag taken away. You know, if Western Selects might just take a shot, might create a couple more scoring chances here. Ulela skating ahead. Ulela into the middle. Nobody home. It's intercepted by Moon. Moon gets it to the Western Selects blue line. Ulela forces it ahead at the red line. Barber. Taken away neatly by Lucas. Lucas somehow gets it into the SASK zone. SASK once again up to the challenge. 3:35 to go in the first period. We are playing 20-minute periods, which is both hilarious and a true test of endurance. We'll see just how many metaphors I can come up with in 60 minutes of game time. Allegories, similes, offside. Oh, you can close enough. Barber snaps it back to Haddle. Haddle, nice move, creates a little bit of space for herself. Haddle being hounded by Bagora. Retreating. Western Selects go D to D. Running. Comes out of her crease, taps the puck into the corner. Broadfoot's got it behind the Western Selects net. Broadfoot in the corner. Broadfoot working her way into the slot. Gets it over to Olekson. The puck hops over her stick. Olekson along the half wall now. The centering pass intercepted and snapped back to Mossberg. 2:20 to go in the period. Mossberg plays it ahead. And puck scooped up by Kennedy Smith of Team Sask. She throws it over to Keurig. Into the middle, Broadfoot. Over the blue line, Rieger going toward the net. Rieger scoops it up after the shot was deflected wide. Rieger bumped into the boards. And back to the blue line, long shot. That goes wide. Ayers. And puck rolling along the boards now. Olekson. Into the corner. Thrown toward the net, running. Throws a glove on top of it, holds on. I know you're not supposed to talk about it. It's a little bit like a perfect game or a no-hitter. But right now, Abigail running, pitching a 12-save shutout at the moment. Shots on goal 12-5. Favor of Team Sask. There's a shot. That one goes just wide. Waseen from prime scoring territory. Western Selects defender goes down. Let's see if Team Sask can take advantage. They cannot. Western Selects force the puck back into the neutral zone. I don't know how much longer the Western Selects can keep this up. There's a shot, another save by running. Right now it appears the strategy is chip the puck into the neutral zone. One forward go after it, and then we're just going to hope that Abigail running makes the save. So, running is getting quite a showcase moment here. She's officially 13 for 13. It's another shot. That's 14. That shot goes wide. Bagora has it poked away by DeHaven into the neutral zone. Sask a little discombobulated on their zone entry at that point. There's a long shot. Blocker saved by running. A bouncing puck. 35 seconds left from the top of the circle. There's a shot that'll go down as a block shot. The puck gets to DeHaven. DeHaven trying to get past Moon. Moon plays her into the corner. DeHaven centering try. Never got there. Bouncing around. Played back into the neutral zone. We will have a Zamboni break after this period, as McGrath plays it ahead. McGrath steps to the blue line. McGrath makes a move, launches it from the dot. It's snatched into midair by Summers, who holds on. Have the face-off in the Sask zone here. Mossberg will take the draw. Puck is down. Didn't get it back to Yulela in time, so that'll do it. Through one period of play, the Western Selects lead Team Sask 1-0, but Sask has outshot Western Selects 15-6 after one period of play. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes after a Zamboni break. Welcome back, folks. Period number 2 about to get underway. The 2011 semifinal here at the North American Female Elite Showcase. Western Selects and Team SASK battling it out for the right to face Great Lakes, Wisconsin in tonight's championship game. First period summary for you. Not much to report other than Ava Barber giving the Western Selects a 1-0 lead after one period of play. The shots on goal at the moment 15-6 in favor of Team SASK. The ice still in the process of drying. We will go back-to-back periods here without a Zamboni break. Albrecht and Haddle, the assists on the Barber goal that has spotted Western Selects the early advantage. Rieger off the boards. Could be a high stick if Western Selects touches it first. They do. A high stick on the puck played out of the zone. A little smooth jazz to get the second period underway. So a long shot from the point, blockered away by Running. Was played very well thus far. .40, we're playing 20-minute periods here. There's another shot on the Western Selects cage. Knocked wide. Sent ahead. Just behind the net. There's a centering try. It ends up going off the back of the net and just out of reach of Olekson, who was camped out between the hash marks. The scuttlebutt between periods. How much longer can Western Selects hang on for dear life against this unending barrage of quality skaters and shots on goal from Team SASK? Puck played in, goes off the stick of Loudon, so no icing. At the goal line, Loudon tried to throw it behind her own net and ended up hitting the side of the cage. No possession arrow will go back to Team SASK. Oh my gosh, did I just say possession arrow during a hockey game? Ugh. Basketball on the brain. 17:25 to go in the second period. Locked in the corner. Damon steps down. Puck comes into the neutral zone. Pushed ahead. Damon might need to, if she's going for a line change, she might have to go a little bit faster than that next time. Otherwise, she's going to cause an offside. It's something to bear in mind for all of the Western Selects forwards, considering that the forward door is within the SASK zone. Out the half wall, SASK getting set up. A centering pass that just never quite got there. Keurig at the dot, she shoots. That hits somebody in the back. Centering pass all the way through. Wasine. A couple of bodies come together and go flying. SASK able to hold the zone. Rieger, Wasine, and Campen. The forward trio on the ice for SASK. Clearance attempt that's held in by Ayers. Ayers sends it toward the net, sticked away by Running. Now comes out to Ayers again. Ayers over to Kane. She's got space. Kane sends it ahead. Bouncing puck. Running makes one save. She makes two saves. Red save, blue save. The puck hung up along the cage. Referee loses sight. Blows it down. I just saw a Team SASK player go down on the line change. That'll be the center, Ella Wagner, who tripped. Kane sends it from the point. Little ground ball scooped up and held onto by Running. And puck down, won again by Wagner, right back to Kane, almost a repeat of the previous face-off. Kane couldn't get a shot off that time, but she dumps it into the corner, so Sask. Hard hats, lunch buckets, right back to work. Snatched out of the air and held onto by Running. 15:34 to go in the second period. A very exciting day here in Blaine. Separation Saturday. We'll play 2 championship games tonight, both live streamed by Youth Hockey Hub. You can find the link to those games at the top of the youthhockeyhub.com homepage. That's youthhockeyhub.com, youthhockeyhub.com. You can also follow along with all of the tournament happenings on our blog, which has been published on our website. And the link has been put out on our Twitter X account. You can see pictures and scoring leaders, standings, and box scores from today's games. And then tomorrow we will wrap everything up with 5 championship games and a slew of semifinals as we try to get through 7 divisions worth of hockey. Now it's the Western Select's turn to set something up in the offensive zone with 15 minutes to go in period number 2. If Western Selects can put one more on the board, with the way the game is going, 2 goals might be enough for Western Selects, the way Running is playing and the way that Team SAS seems kind of snake-bitten. Olekson stopped by Running. It turns into a scoring chance for the Western Selects. Another individual effort foiled by fundamental defense. That fine line between wanting your players to be offensively creative and not wanting to stifle talented hockey. There's another one as Barber has it poked away. That shot never got off. In the corner, Olekson trying to take it away for Sask. Olekson bumped away from the puck by Mossberg. Dumped back in. Through the neutral zone, going all the way down. Ice. 13:32 to go in the second period. As I was saying, Western Selects obviously some talented forwards here. The toe drags and the between the legs, and it hasn't really worked yet, but how do you balance creativity and offensive pizzazz with securing possession in the zone? Thankfully, I'm not a coach, so I don't have to worry about that. All I have to do is comment on it. Some people have all the luck. As the shot from the slot gets in, it's tipped. Running doesn't have a stick again. This is the 3rd time that Running has lost her stick. Abigail, hold on a little bit. At the blue line again, Smith tries a shot. That's tipped. A beautiful tip. They're Running impenetrable. The shots from the point from Team Sask are textbook. They're low. They're either on the ice or just a couple of inches off. They're perfect for tips or for rebounds. They're Running, so far, perfect. The 2 teams playing on the Bethel Rink here at the National Sports Center. The Bethel University Royals call this place home. I played a game here once against Meadow Creek Christian, which no longer exists. Here's a shot that goes wide. From what I remember, it was a heck of a place to play hockey. The seating arrangement is such that if you get 100 people in here, you're going to notice. It creates quite the atmosphere. During the Sportacular in January, we typically roll in a smoke machine, and there's a tiger mascot. And there's lots of yelling and an odd cloud of blue smoke that hovers over the first period of most championship games during the Sportacular. Makes for quite the morning and afternoon of hockey. Kane sends it all the way through. Somebody got a stick on it, and it laid in front of Running, who tosses her glove over it, holds on. Who doesn't love a little semi-charm kind of life? Early in the afternoon. Frankly, I think our penalty box people could just throw on the American Pie soundtrack, and I wouldn't have an issue with any song that came off that. Somebody reminded me, might have been my wife the other day, she said, "Hey, did you know that American Pie is over 25 years old?" And I said, "Hey, shut up." Father Time creeping behind us, chasing us like a ghost. Nice defensive play there by the Western Selects. Could it turn into an offensive chance? Nobody knows. Albrecht across the blue line has it poked away. Wassine, play by Hadel. Interrupts Wassine's progress. Here comes SASK. Could they turn it into a 3-on-2? Only if they hurry. Rieger going toward the net. Wassine dropping back as the F3 as Campen carries it into the corner. Tries the centering pass. It's intercepted. Western Selects clears it all the way down. That'll be icing. If we likened Western Selects to somebody clinging to a cliff by their fingertips, I feel like the fingers are slipping a little bit. Right now we're getting caught in a cycle of a chance for SASK and then an icing by Western Selects and then another face-off in the Western Selects zone. And considering the periods are 20 minutes long, there is no real escape here. We're going to play the full 60. Lingle offers it up to Hadel. Hadel plays it ahead, out of the reach for the forward. So Moon off the boards, offside. Eyes like a hawk, these referees. Our favorite officiating married couple. These two communicate with a glance, an eyebrow raise, a shoulder shrug. Their chemistry unmatched. Here comes Team SASK, a 3-on-3, 3-on-4 now after the back check by Hamelin. SASK putting on the brakes. Over to Moon. Pass wasn't hard enough, causes problems in the slot. There's a shot, that goes wide. Dancing around below the goal line, McGrath. The wall now into the middle. Hamelin has it taken away. It's snapped back, Loudon. Western Selects go D-to-D, bobbling puck. Olekson loses the handle. SASK offside, so they'll have to wait. That'll give Western Selects time to gather themselves. Weinbrenner in front, centering try, running up to the task. 9:30 to go in the second period. A loose puck, Keurig gets there first. She sends it down low. SASK back to Keurig at the point. Throws it toward the net, trying to get it to Weinbender. Out of the blue line again, Keurig. Gives it up to Begora. Begora has it taken away, and Western Selects will ice the puck. Wow, Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day. We're going to have a goaltending switch here. With 8:59 to go in the second period.
Now in goal for the Western Selects, number 34, Morgan Sloan.
So running goes 21 for 21. Taking over now in net is number 34, Morgan Sloan. Up to the line, over to Kane. Kane sends it toward the net once again. That time it never got there. Western Select's really packing it in between the face-off dots here. Now at the blue line, puck dumped in. It's on net. Bayes Summers easily makes the save. Summers only faced 8 shots so far. Wassine at the dot. Wassine shoots, and a toe save by Sloan. Another save by Sloan. Well, looks like there's no drop off here between Running and Sloan. And puck skated up through the middle of the Western Select zone. It comes to Ayers at the red line. She dumps it in. SASK. D to D and up to the forward. The puck is deflected on net. Sloan stops it and freezes. .7:28 to go in the second period. Puck down, Haddle. Puck ends up hitting the side of the net. Moon steps down from the blue line to hold it in along the half wall. Off the boards. A pinch by the SASK D nearly turned into an odd player rush for the Western Selects, but a little bit of mishandling of the puck negates that opportunity. There's a shot, and that one goes just wide. Nice little play there by the Western Selects, Maya Gumapas. Getting a shot off, bothering Summers a little bit. Galloway throws it back to Keurig. Keurig head up all the way. It's to the red line. Dumps it in. She'll go chase after it. Galloway will step back to the blue line to cover. Broadfoot. Excuse me, not Broadfoot. Weinbender holds the puck in. Keurig launches a shot. It hits the skate of Lingle, and it's cleared out by the Western Selects. Are we going to get an icing? Yes, we are. Whoa. Who wants to play the over-under icings game? Brought to you by No, I'm just kidding. Smith holds it into the blue line. Off the wall, chasing after it. Won't win the race. Keurig steps up, and here comes Western Selects. McGrath slides the puck into the corner. Was hoping for a little bit of help there. Off the wall, a bouncing puck. That's held in. The blue line played ahead, intercepted by Loudon. Weinbender pressuring. Puck behind the net. Back to the top of the circle. There's a shot. Not sure if that ever got there. We'll count it as a shot on goal. A perfect pass right up the middle. Another nice pass. Not enough space to get away from Reese Kane. Some really nice passing here. Weinbender somehow gets through. Paddle save. Oh, look at this, everybody. Our esteemed videographer, Kayla Jo Franz, has entered the building. Nice of her to join us at 1:58 p.m. Huh. Some of us have been here for lots of minutes already. .438 to go in the second period. Shots on goal, 25-9 at the moment in favor of Team SASK. Puck down to the Western Select zone. Kane can't hold it, so it comes into the neutral zone, gathered up by Ayers. Georgia Ayers. Georgia Ayers. That sounds like a country song, but by like a good country artist, not Morgan Wallen. Sounds a little bit like a, oh man. Oh, who's a good country artist? Trying to think of somebody that's not Johnny Cash. We got a Western Selects player down as soon as Western Selects gets possession. I don't think people understand the rule. Western Selects needs possession for the whistle to be blown. The player is up, appears to be fine, skating off under her own power. It's Western Selects number 22, Talitha Price. She had a game-winning goal in a shootout earlier this weekend. Puck comes to the top of the circle. There's a shot, goes into the corner. This is going to turn into an offensive chance for Western Selects at the top of the circle. In the middle, there's a shot. It goes off the side of the net and just wide. Broadfoot off the wall. Olekson can't get the shot off. Moon into the corner. 3:25 to go in the second period. There's a shot. It's blocked. Not enough gas in the tank for Albrecht. Herford takes it away. Herford all the way up to Wagner. Wagner, Olekson, and Broadfoot, the forwards, causing all sorts of havoc in the Western Select zone. Puck gathered up by DeHaven. Puck sent all the way down. Icing waved off. The referees will say it was tipped. Wagner up the middle. Nice play by Haddle to get over there. Take away any room for Begora. Off the wall. Played over, a little give and go. Damon working her way back into the zone. Damon's open if they can get her the puck. That goes off the side of the net. There's a whistle. Puck in front, big save there by Summers. Summers hasn't had to do nearly as much as the duo of Sloan and Running have had to do, but Summers, when called upon, has also played a great game as Sask plays it out. That'll be icing on Sask. Sask offside by an inch. Keurig desperately trying to get that skate back over the blue line. Just barely. Sometimes I hear this song in my nightmares. Heard a lot over the last decade. kind of like the Empire Today jingle. 800-588-2300 Empire Today. It lives in my, I don't know, maybe not the frontal lobe. It's the lobe that controls memory. It lives in a tiny piece of my brain. Long shot from the blue line, gets all the way through. But Summers once again up to the task with a minute 35 to go in the second period. Puck played ahead. Campen in front. It got to her. She takes the shot. Did Rieger. It was blocked. I think we're going to end up with a high sticking penalty here. Is it going to go against SASK or the Selects of the Western States? It's going to go against Loudon, so SASK will go on the power play here. We've only seen one other penalty called so far. Western Selects took advantage, scored the game's only goal with the player advantage. Moon. So SASK on the power play. Be curious to see what kind of power play team SASK runs here. See how they get all set up. Like actors on a stage. They're ready to go. Campen drops down to help out, but the Western Selects managed to take the puck away and clear it all the way down. Georgia Ayers. Gives it to Campen. Campen to Wassine. Textbook breakout. Rieger waiting at the blue line. Wassine carries it in. Wassine into the middle. Can't get enough on the shot to really cause any problems. Puck held in at the blue line. Held in at the blue line again. The pass into the center. Rieger, it slips under her stick. Wassine into the middle. No one can get a stick on it. Now it goes off the boards into the neutral zone. 25 seconds to go in the period. And this power play for Team SASK will carry over into period number 3. Moon into the middle. Rieger to Wassine. The puck bobbles off Wassine's stick. Final 10 seconds of play here in the period. Campen to Moon. Moon trying to get a shot off. McGrath pressuring Rieger. The buzzer sounds. So through 2 periods, the Western Select still hanging on to a 1-0 lead over Team SASK. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in 57 seconds. Couple of sneezes out of the way, and we are back with period at number 3. SASK will enjoy another 35 seconds of power play time. 19:50 to go in the third period. Beautiful tip, and that's going to get all the way down. Goodness gracious, Western Selects just seems to get a stick out at the right time, or A SASK shot never makes it all the way to the net, or the goalie makes a fabulous save. So Western selects clinging to a 1-0 lead over SASK. Ava Barber, the lone goal so far of the game. Shots on goal after 2 periods, 28-13 in favor of Team SASK. We did have a goalie switch midway through the second period. Western selects are officially back to full strength. The head player pass that gets all the way through. That'll be icing. Morgan Sloan takes over for Abigail Running. Running finished with 21 saves on 21 shots, and Sloan, no slouch in the crease either, has 7 saves thus far, working on a combined shutout. The winner of this game will get Great Lakes, Wisconsin in the 2011 championship of the North American Female Elite Showcase. Should be a good one no matter who walks out of this game. Barber. Behind the net, a centering try. Stopped and held onto by Summers. At the blue line, pressured heavily by Rieger. As this game gets into the final minutes, we'll see what Team SASK has up its sleeve, if it still trails. Wassine, stick lift, takes it away. Wassine at the top of the circle. She shoots and it trickles over the line. SASK is back. I believe that'll be Wassine unassisted as she pulls off the stick lift, walks into the Western Select zone, takes a shot. Sloan got a piece of it, not enough to stop it. Rolls over the line. Western Select and SASK are officially tied at 1-1. It took 29 shots, but SASK has officially gotten on the board. And get the official call from Robin Cook. Wassine unassisted, just as I predicted. Keurig sends it down from the blue line. It trickles just wide. We'll see now if this goal rallies the troops for Western Selects or gives Team SASK just the bump they need to pull off the come-from-behind victory. Will the dam break? Will the Ents release the river? It's tipped. 5-hole, digging away at it. So very close. As it looks like Team SASK's number 96, Aaliyah Galloway, gets a couple of head pats, getting her nose dirty, making Sloan uncomfortable. 17:30 to go in the third period, all tied up at 1-1. Shots on goal at the moment, 30-14 in favor of Team SASK. Face off in the Western Select zone, dug out of a pair of skates, and ends up in the stick of a Western Selects forward who plays it into the neutral zone. Smith retreating for SASK, off the wall to Galloway. Galloway at the red line, dumps it in. Going after it is Loudon. Loudon off the boards, not hard enough to cause any problems for SASK as Rieger dumps it back in. Galloway in the corner, tries the centering pass. Western Selects player gets a stick on it, so it goes nowhere. Herford holds it in. Galloway opens up some space, tosses it across. There's a shot. It's blocked by Albrecht, and it goes into the neutral zone. Herford at the blue line, being pressured by Hamelin. She throws it across. Long pass, gets all the way through to Begora. Begora dumps it in. Olekson going after it. It's stopped. Only for a moment. The moment's gone. Western Selects now. Wagner being pressured by Hamelin. Hamelin got it, plays it across, intercepted by SASK. They push the puck forward. Icing waved off. Haddle scoops it up along the goal line. Haddle in the corner. Puck thrown all the way through. It escapes Broadfoot. It escapes everybody. 15:55 to go in the third period. SASK, pressure, pressure, pressure. Broadfoot backhands it in, trying to get it to Wagner. Haddle drops down from the slot, nearly intercepts it. Wagner somehow took it away. Puck wrapped again around the net. There's Lucia McGrath. And player goes down. You see the hands of the fans go up, and our beloved referee shakes his head and says, no, I can see it better than you can. 15:16 to go in the third period. We got an icing. Shot, it's tipped, rolling like a wheel right through the crease. Puck now hung up in the corner, in front along the goal line. 15 minutes to play in the third period. Campen. Now along the goal line, there's a shot, there's a save. And the clearance attempt ends up going off the backside of the official. Lingle. 3 Western Selects players all within 2.5 inches of the puck, and they can't get it out. Puck eventually comes to the right-hand side. That's Tamkin. Tamkin's got a SASK player pinned up along the boards. Wassine shooting, and a big save by Sloan. Boy, Hannah was seen a power forward, muscling around all over the ice, getting shots off, creating nothing but havoc for the Western Selects. 14:21 to go in the third period. SASK winding, firing. It's tipped just wide. Eventually one of these has to go in, doesn't it? Or there's got to be a block and Western Selects goes down and scores. I'm just going to keep throwing out scenarios until it happens for me. Then I'm going to take all the credit for it. Bodies flying everywhere. Hamelin has it taken away. SASK offside. Herford in the corner. Bumped into the wall. Manages to bring down the defender that did the bumping. Puck now in the corner. Here's Hamelin. Hamelin, nice move, gathering speed. It's a 3-on-3. Hamelin tries to dipsy doodle past 2 defenders. It didn't work. It's going to turn into a 3-on-2 for SASK. Beautiful move. It's a 2-on-1 now. At the dot. Shooting. It goes wide. Oh, goodness. Now Ayers. 13 minutes to go in the third period. Galloway. Galloway makes a move. Tries to get the puck to the opposite side. Ends up sending it ahead. It's picked off by a Western Selects defender. That's Yulela. She sends it in on net. Covered up and held on to by Bea Summers. Wassine. Maybe I need new glasses. Oh, that's a 16, not a 15. I apologize. It's Wagner who gets it out It's a 2-on-1 chance, looking for Broadfoot, just out of reach. The back check by the Western Selects. Here's a chance for Olekson. She shoots, bouncing puck. A glove is thrown down on it, and it's frozen. Oh my goodness. Having the face-off in the Western Selects end. 12:21 to go in the third period. We're going to get a late change here by SASK. Centering try goes off the skate of a Western Selects defender. Puck dumped right back down below the goal line. Campen trying to get it out to Wassine. Puck rainbows toward the Western Selects net. It's held on to by Sloan. Now Rieger's got 6 points. She's officially tied now with Wassine for the lead in team scoring. Centering try, bouncing around. Puck bobbling everywhere. Campen gives it to Kane. Kane waiting. Sends it back down toward the goal line. Rieger. Over to Campen. Campen battling with McGrath. Wassine drops down to help. Wassine to Kane. Kane shoots, and a glove save by Sloan, who hangs on. Believe that was Wild Thing, if you heard that over the PA speakers. Not only is it a wonderful song, it used to be the walkout song for skateboarder Christian Hosoi, who everybody forgets about because he kind of fell off the face of the earth, unfortunately. But for a long time, Christian Hosoi and Tony Hawk were the faces of skateboarding, the Hawk-Hosoi wars of the 90s. An incredible time for skateboarding in this country. Was it the 80s? 80s or 90s? I don't remember. For those wondering, there's a fantastic documentary about Christian Hosoi lurking around on the internet. A fascinating character. Tony Hawk ended up becoming the face of skateboarding after the X Games and the 900, and he was the trickster. You know, he had the bag of tricks, the kick flip and the heel flip. He was so technical, but Christian Hosoi was all about style. He had the long hair. He was kind of a rock star. He wore leather jackets. So let's never forget Christian Hosoi in terms of skateboarding. Personally, one of my favorites. Him and Rodney Mullen. Puck hung up along the sideboards, 1-1, Team SASK and the Western Selects. Mika Haddle throws it to DeHaven. DeHaven can't get a stick on it. The pressure of Team SASK paying dividends here in the third period. Hannah Wassine has got the lone goal for SASK. Ava Barber with the tally for the Western Selects. Broadfoot dumps it in off the boards, picked up by Lingle in the corner. Broadfoot's got it now. Broadfoot on the forehand. Haddle. Haddle loses the handle, but the Western Selects managed to clear anyway. Off the boards. Lingle being chased by Wagner and Olekson. Puck overskated a couple of times. Here's Hamlin. Hamlin ignores Moon. Hamlin pinned up along the boards now with Olekson. Slashes Moon in a bit of frustration. Play continues. Player goes down. Here's Rieger. That's poked away. by Tamkin. Wagner plays it across. A nice angle there by the Western Selects defender, negating the size advantage that Waseen had. Wagner puts on the brakes, has it poked away into the neutral zone. Ayers being pressured by Lucas. Wagner dumps it in. Now Kane. Kane sends it. It's tipped just wide by Rieger. Into the middle. Kane off the boards. Chipped back into the neutral zone. Kane once again dumps it in. Campen and Waseen still on the ice from that top unit for SASK. Waseen launches it. Glove saved by Sloan, who hangs on. Oh my gosh, somebody got the Christian Hosoi reference. Oh, fantastic. One person who happens to be a dear friend, but somebody nonetheless. The people are out there. Maybe someday I'll launch my own pirate radio station. For now, Ava Barber is going to cut in on the left side. She manages to get it across. Here's a shot. It goes just wide. Pushing ahead, Sask in transition. Over on the backhand, a toe save by Sloan, who hangs on. Oh, you wonder what Weinbender could have done if she were on her forehand, but on the backhand, she manages to simply shovel the puck toward the Western Selects net, and it's covered up. 7:32 to go in the third period, 1-1. Team Sask out shooting the Western Selects right now, 36-15. Puck down to the Western Selects end. Keurig takes a shot. Another save by Sloan. At some point, Sloan may eclipse the 21 save performance that Abigail Running put on during the first half of the game. Puck down, Wagner wins it back. Comes out of the zone. Keurig will have to retreat. She drops it off to Smith. Smith off the boards trying to get it to Olekson. She's met by a feisty Western Selects defender who gives up about 4 inches in height to Olekson. And this Western Selects team, quite scrappy. Broadfoot. Wrap around try, and Sloan got over there. She's moving a little slow there, post to post. Not a bad idea to go for the wraparound, but Sloan somehow gets a pad over, ends up blocking the shot. Wagner at the red line. Now Wagner at the blue. Wagner cutting ahead. She'll go shoulder to shoulder into the boards with Haddle. Broadfoot forces the puck further along the boards. A centering pass, nobody there. Olekson dropped down below the goal line. Talitha Price sends it ahead, trying to get it to DeHaven. No dice. Price, dice, spice, mice. Hickory, dickory, dock. Nice play by Sask. Out the top of the circle, Campen, angled away by Haddle. Now in the corner. The Selects have it. Hamelin throws it up to DeHaven. DeHaven at the red line, dumps it in. Price will also go for a change. Herford, long pass up to Rieger. Rieger at the red line. She banks it off the wall. It didn't get very deep, so Lucas will take it. Lucas spinning away from trouble. Held in at the blue line by Georgia Ayers. 5:40 to go in the third period. Centering try goes off the skate of a Western Selects defender, and back behind the Western Selects cage, Waseen back out on the ice. We'll see how long this top trio from Saskatchewan, the Rieger, Campen, Waseen line, we'll see how much ice time they get here in the final 5 something. Got a championship game later tonight. You don't want to gas them out too much in the semis. Long shot, glove saved by Sloan, who hangs on. Gosh, she looks like a first base person snatching the puck off the ice like that. It's really, really fine glove work by Morgan Sloan. Puck gets all the way through the neutral zone and ends up on the stick of Reese Kane. Kane plays it off the walls, trying to give it to Ayers. Ayers never got it. Galloway runs into a Western Selects forward. Off the boards. A little too hard. It's going to be an icing. That was really great communication, though, between the SASK forwards. Weinbender had a step on the defender, and she's pointing at the boards, going, boards, boards, boards. And whomever threw that puck up there, I think it was either Galloway or Bagora. They saw her and wanted to make the play. So the process was there, the recognition was there. Just need to soften the pass a little bit, and the execution would have been there too. Nice breakout by Sask. Olekson, Wagner. To the line, Kane. Kane snaps it back down to the goal line. Off the boards. Held in only for a second by Kane, but it's tapped ahead by the Western Selects. Icing waved off. Keurig over the blue line at the dot. Keurig at the goal line. Centering try. Shot by Broadfoot. Where is it? It's in somebody's equipment. Oh, there it goes. Rolling around behind the net. We're under 4 minutes to play here in regulation. Olekson taps it ahead. Wagner and Broadfoot, the other forwards on the ice. Wagner going shoulder to shoulder with a Western Selects defender below the goal line. Off the boards. Could it be icing? Yes, it can. Wassine. It's got enough for Sask. Could they open up an odd player rush? Wassine down the left-hand side. She's got Rieger and Campen. Wassine into the middle. Nobody home. It's intercepted by the Western Selects. Here they come at the blue line. Oh, it's poked away. Campen. She's got Wassine. Gets it to her. Wassine shooting, scores! Nothing but time, nothing but space, and nothing but a go-ahead goal for Hannah Wassine, her second of the game. Team Sask takes a 2-1 lead with 2:52 to play. Hannah Wassine. Campen somehow got that puck over. Wassine catches it in the slot. Had nothing in front of her and rips a shot past Morgan Sloan to give Sask a 1-goal lead. Wassine, she'll try it again. She takes a shot. It's blocked into the corner. Oh, that'll be body checking. That's body checking every day of the week. It'll be body checking or interference. Sask chewing away the time here. 2:30 to go, and it's finally touched. So for the next 2 minutes, Sask will be on a power play, as long as they don't take a penalty of their own. So Sask will go on the power play. 2:26 to go in the third period. I have not seen a timeout motion yet from the Western Selects bench, although I wouldn't be surprised to see one momentarily.
Western Select penalty assessed to number 8, Avery Newdown, and a 2-minute minor for body checking. Time of the penalty,
Body checking the official call. Sask on the power play. Here we go. Keurig on the half wall. Olekson. She'll switch places with Wagner. Wagner drops it back down to the corner, trying to go for the centering pass. The puck will come all the way out. 1:55 to go in regulation, and Sask not worried about hustling at this point. Right now, time is on their side. Keurig launches one. Blocker saved by Sloan. A bouncing puck. Nobody can get a stick on it. Finally, Broadfoot maintains possession. She gets it to Olekson. Olekson to the dot. There's a shot. That goes wide. Olekson behind the Western Selects net. In the corner, here's Keurig. Keurig sends it ahead. It's tipped just wide by Olekson. Olekson. The cycle is on. Wagner down to Olekson. Olekson in front trying to get it to Broadfoot. Broadfoot gets a backhand shot off. Sloan with the save. Final minute of play here. 30 seconds to go in the Western Selects penalty. Wagner off the boards. Moon gives it right back to Wagner. And McGrath's got it now. This is the first time Western Selects has had any sort of possession over the last minute or so. Puck dumped right back in. 40 seconds to go in regulation. DeHaven has it taken away by Wassine. Wassine at the red line, plays it off the glass. Time ticking away here. Hannah Wassine, she's the hero at the moment. 21 seconds to go. Western Selects with a chance at the dot. Shooting, it goes off the post and it popped out. It never crossed the line at the goal line. They are not pulling the goalie. They're not pulling. You got 10 seconds. Oh, there we go. With 8 seconds to go, the goalie comes out. It's not going to be enough time. Wassine's got it at the red line. There are too many players on the ice for Western Selects. It's not going to matter. A bit of a miscommunication there between the Western Selects bench and the goaltender. Time runs out. It's a final. Team Sask will take on Great Lakes, Wisconsin in tonight's 2011 championship game. Team Sask outshoots the Western Selects 40-16 in today's semifinal. A spectacular goaltending performance between Morgan Sloan and Abigail Running goes for naught. 2 goals by Hannah Wassine seals the deal for Sask. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this broadcasting journey. My name is Peter Otney from the Youth Hockey Hub. We will have championship games broadcast at 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. Use the link on the youthhockeyhub.com homepage. We'll see you at 5 o'clock.
Your NAFE Youth Hockey Hub players of the game from Team Saskatchewan, number 15, Hannah Wassine. From the Western Selects,